Hey everybody, Anish Majumdar here, career coach to the fiercely ambitious. And a big question I get all the time is, Anish, look, I get it. Hidden job market, 80% plus of all roles and opportunities are either created or made or filled that way. But in all politeness, how the hell does that help me? You know what I mean? Like, I've never done that before. I've never had to network my way to a job. How do I ever get started? So I want to share with you something because I've been doing this for a long time. To date, I've helped over 1,600 other people learn a system for tapping into that hidden job market over and over again on their terms and doing it for the rest of their lives so they never have to be a job seeker again. So I've got the experience on that front, but I've also had to learn that stuff. There was a time when there was no system. It was just me with my wife, with my kids, trying to get ahead, right? And here's the magic formula. And I'm just going to give it to you right off the bat. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can apply it and start utilizing it, okay? This is the exact formula, as stupidly simple as it sounds, that broke me finally out of that job search trap, broke me out of trying to convince, and never really quite succeeding, being seen as an outsider in a negative instead of outsider as positive, and all of the other traps of that. This is exactly what got me out, okay? Are you ready for this? It's not complicated. You run with it, it will change your life. O plus C. O plus C. Outreach plus capture equals success. And every single day, I looked at that formula. Every single week, every single month, certainly, I looked at that formula. And whatever my goal was, whatever that thing was, a better job, media exposure, launching a new business venture, getting a client, right? Whatever that was, I went back to this formula and I asked myself, what am I doing on the outreach front? What am I doing on the capture front? And realizing that anything I did to force magnify those would quadruple, quintuple, whatever, the rate of success. So what that meant was outreach. Okay, what am I doing to get myself out there? This is not going to happen in your comfort zone, guys. By the stats, where your lowest hanging, most quality fruit lies is one level beyond your immediate network. So forget about the idea. Yes, it happens sometimes, but forget about the idea that it's just, no matter what you want, you're ready, you've got the experience, someone in your network just has it. A, they may not, and B, you may not be at a point to correctly identify and leverage it, which is what no one thinks about. They think that it's just there, you're magically going to have it. So you cannot rely on them. You've got to think, what am I doing every single day, every single week to identify who these people are who are one level up, one layer out from the relationship side, identify where they're at professionally, what kind of pain they're in, and then dialogue with them as an equal to get that kind of conversation going. What are you doing on LinkedIn on a day-by-day basis? And don't say you're watching YouTube videos. I appreciate that you're watching this, but the main mix of what you do has got to be in the mix. You've got to be in the arena. So how many relationships are you building through LinkedIn on a week-by-week basis? What are you doing on the engagement side to put yourself out there? What are you doing to add value to groups, to other members of your tribe, your network, right? What are you doing on a day-by-day, week-by-week basis? How are you tapping your email list? How are you tapping your professional connections? How are you tapping your mentors, your bosses? How are you tapping friends, family, peers? How are you keeping this fun for yourself? But how are you magnifying this? Simply put, if you had 15 such engagements last week and you make a commitment that as of next week that goes to 30, that's not just like you've doubled the amount of outreach. You've had a transformative effect across the entire formula. And that's how it goes, right? That's how you're going to do it. So the outreach is one part, and then the capture is the other. And capture means, what am I doing to leverage the people that I already know effectively? What am I doing to follow up with them? What am I doing to get more for less? What I mean is, am I getting better at my outreach so that less wild cards come into my world and everybody is roughly a C-suite leader who works in retail, manufacturing, internet, and IT, which are my four major areas of interest, and they meet these other criteria. I strategically built with them so I can capture at a high level. How are you handling the calls? How quickly are you uncovering situations where companies, people, clients need the pain? How good are you getting at that? right? This is an element of capture. How good are you getting at moving something quickly to a negotiation? This is an element of capture. Again, getting better at any of those will be a force magnifier for the rest. So that's it, guys. Outreach plus capture equals success. And once you've got that going in even the most humblest of forms, when I started, I sent maybe like 10 messages on LinkedIn in my first week, but it was done. I was in, and I was learning, and I was dialoguing with people, and I was realizing that the problem that I solve, it's not this, it's this. It's everywhere. And that was just miraculous for my belief. So I was dialing up the outreach. I was getting smarter at using LinkedIn as a force magnifier itself to leverage and leverage and leverage. At the same time, I was asking myself, hey, who can I learn with to get better at showing up as the expert, to not spend a second pitching or presenting? If you're doing that already, you're in a low-grade conversation, by the way. If I have to explain to you who I am and blah, 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 of what I do and why it makes me a good fit, forget it. You've already checked out. Right? It has to all be about you and your situation. So what am I doing to get better there? That improved that. And 5 became 20. 20 became 200. Capture, it wasn't anymore about one thing. It was always about a universe of opportunities. Always. And no matter where I was, I could always reactivate that, scale that up. That's how you need to be thinking about this. Okay? So that's the formula. Outreach plus capture equals success, and look for force magnifiers along the way. Okay? Would love to hear if you're gaining some good traction right now. And just so you know, guys, just to shatter a myth, hiring activity has been through the freaking roof ever since the pandemic started. So in case you were going to use that as an excuse, please don't. Okay? The methodology has changed. Who is in charge of this? Who's creating these roles? Yeah, all of that is changing. But you can tap into that river. Start with this formula, okay? And if you want to go deeper, the next step for you should be helloanish.com. I've loaded up videos that will be useful for you. I've loaded up a masterclass there that you can take that will teach you exactly the 5 shifts that my clients use to get out of that job seeker trap and start generating opportunities for themselves. helloanish.com. Hop over there next and keep the comments coming, keep the questions coming. Follow me on YouTube and LinkedIn. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.